All right. Okay, there's the barn now. Okay, now we're back. Okay. So as I was saying before, with the Nebraska wildfires and hold on. Hold on. Oh, let me go back. And the flooding in Oahu, it's all based on global climate change that everyone likes to say does not exist. But here we are. A dam's about to burst. There are wildfires in Nebraska. Monarch butterflies are having a hard time staying out of the endangered species list in Mexico. It's just, and we had one day, I know a majority of people on the East Coast, particularly in the DMV area, were saying that we had summer weather one day and then it snowed the next. If that's not global climate change, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Like, genuinely. And these airstrikes in Iran are not going to make it any better, especially with that one oil refinery that was blown to bits and caused black acid rain to fall on the civilians there. Honestly, if we just go more towards renewable resources, there would be a lot less wars. Because this whole war in Iran, it's all for oil. All these attacks are to get their oil. The attacks on Nigeria was to get oil. The attacks and later on just kidnapping the Venezuelan president was all for oil. The U.S. holding Cuba in a blockage is for oil because Venezuela was helping Cuba by supplying them with oil. Venezuela and Cuba were buddies in regards to resources. So the fact that the US started this blockage and then took the president of Venezuela, it's not surprising. It's all planned out. Whether you believe it or not, it's all planned out. It really is. And these attacks on Iran are also to distract from us continuing to look into the Epstein files because now that people are more focused on what's going on in Iran, the DOJ has deleted almost over 600,000 files. What are you chewing on? Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Okay. Scared me for a bit. No, almost all of those previous files gone because we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough in regards to putting our foot on the necks of this administration. We really aren't. Isn't that right, bud? But now let's get more into the celebrity slash influencer news because there's a lot going on with that too that I want to give my 2 cents on. So we'll start with a recap on This incident right here. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. I apologize. We'll start with the incident that happened with Rihanna, old woman from Get Out of My Face. And we'll just go from here. From Newsweek.com, the woman that had a firearm and unloaded rounds at and into Rihanna's house, identified as Ivana Ortiz. Her lawyer is speaking out for her stead because she's being held in a cell, hopefully medicated. The public shouldn't rush to judge a Florida woman accused of opening fire outside of Rihanna's home, her attorney in an unrelated matter said Tuesday. Attorney Aaron Williams said the Berman Law Group represents Ivana Lisette. I think so. Ivana Lisette Ortiz, 35, of Orlando, in a pending personal injury claim related to a car crash in which she sustained injuries. He acknowledged the allegations she faced in California, but declined further comment when reached out by Newsweek. In my dealings with Ms. Ortiz as her attorney in her personal injury matter on behalf of Berman Law Group, she has been a pleasant client whom I have enjoyed working with, Williams said in a statement. I would urge the public to refrain from making any judgment regarding Ms. Ortiz until the facts of the case are fully developed. Ortiz is seeking damages in excess of $50,000. What? Oh, for the crash. Okay. So that's a whole nother different related topic, but let me try and find one that isn't blocked by a paywall about what happened. Okay, here's the most recent one from Hot 97. If it'll load. Rihanna terrified after shooting incident ramps up security. And do we blame her? Absolutely not. In the wake of the frightening shooting incident at Rihanna's Beverly Hills home, the singer is ramping up security measures. On Tuesday, March 17th, TMZ cameras spotted the Diamond singer and A$AP Rocky in New York City. A squad of 6 security guards has been escorting the couple as they left a Manhattan building. Witnesses say the couple did not waste any time moving quickly to their vehicles. A source told People that while she was left shaken after the terrifying incident, she is grateful that everyone is safe. Me too. And here's a picture of her with her security. But yeah, all 3 of Rihanna's kids were present at the home during this time. Riza, Riot, and Rocky were all present. The front of the residence property's gates was riddled with bullets, with nearly 4 rounds striking the home. NBC4 Los Angeles says. I was a little shocked, a neighbor told NBC4. We did not hear this kind of thing in this neighborhood. We don't hear this kind of thing in this neighborhood. It's pretty quiet. And let me see if I can find the videos of Ivana Ortiz, because that's what she's going through is religious psychosis. All right, here's a video, according to TMZ, of Miss Ortiz's I'll call them journal entries, online. If it'll load, that'd be nice. There you go. Oh my god. Okay, another clip. Y'all will do anything for some money. No one wants those type of shoes anyway. Like, please get out of here. Please and thank you. There we go. Full screen. Let me listen to this too with you guys. So that's one of several videos of. Oh, they're gonna show another one. Okay, cool. And by me. Oh, it's these stupid ones. Hold on. How do I get out of this? I don't want to see this stupid ad. Let's see. Okay, you know what? You know what? I've seen enough of that. If they're gonna keep showing ads for this bullshit, I've seen enough of that. Yeah, this. But no, that is a prime example of religious psychosis. Her believing that if Rihanna, a person that does not know she exists, by the way, is no longer walking among this earth, or that Rihanna is actually a witch or a demon in previous videos, that she will seek salvation. That's a mental illness. That is a full blown mental illness, and that needs to be treated. But it was not treated. Not by her, and not by her estranged husband. So, with that untreated mental illness, she did what she did to Rihanna's home. And I'm so glad that nobody was hurt. I'm genuinely glad those kids were not hurt. They're not even in the double digits, and they had to go through a very traumatic event. So that's what no child should go through. But in this country, it's hard to not expect that. Which I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It's hard to not expect someone who is not sound in the head to pick up a firearm and just go ballistic. I'm going to show one more thing, and then we're going to get into another thing about, well, a majority of it's about children in a way. So let's go to this article right here. What? For those of you that are like me and do not watch reality TV shows, you're much more into the anime and cartoons. You would not know who Huda Mustafa is. I'll give a brief rundown of who she is. She starred on Love Island USA back sometime either last year or the previous year, and was pretty much the bully, from my understanding, on Love Island USA, particularly to two black women, Olandria and Shelly. But she was so vile towards Olandria. She was caught in 4K liking a Photoshop picture of Olandria's face on George Floyd's body and her face on the officer's body that had his knee on George Floyd's neck. And Olandria confronted her about this. She confronted her about this, and Huda had the nerve to say, well, it negatively affected me too. No, it didn't. You got criticized. You got held accountable. That's not negative. If anything, being held accountable should help you grow. But she didn't grow, as you can clearly see in this article right here. Huda Mustafa responds to boyfriend's ex filing a restraining order and denies the allegations. Now, how did we get here? All right. According to TMZ, Nicole Olivia claimed a lawsuit filed last week that Mustafa had reported repeatedly, I forgot my glasses, threatened her and her 1-year-old son, Luca Kai, whom Oliveira shares with Russell. That's the man Huda is with now. In court documents, Oliveira claimed that Mustafa once flew from North Carolina to Los Angeles to threaten to jump off buildings, swearing on her daughter's life that she was going to end her life. She was going to end herself. The woman added the reality television star allegedly made terrifying and extremely mentally unstable threats for 12 hours against her, her son with Russell, along with Mustafa's 5-year-old daughter, Arlia, I think that's how you pronounce it, from previous relationships. So she already has a kid. She already has a kid who's probably in pre-K right now or kindergarten and is doing this. Let's continue. Since the allegations surfaced, Mustafa posted an Instagram story this week per people claiming that Oliveira allegations were untrue. I am aware of what's being said and it's not true. Mustafa wrote, I'm handling everything the right way by letting legal take care of it. I appreciate everyone who continues to support me. However, let's go ahead and go to the text messages, which is evidence. Huda Mustafa's alleged text meltdown reveals threats of self-deletion, desperate messages, and claims she showed up at her ex-boyfriend's home. Oh, shit. Can I go full screen with this? Dang it. How do I fix this? I missed it. There we go. He's literally telling her that she needs mental help, which she does, because this is not okay. This is not okay to just threaten somebody and their child, and also make threats to end your own life. I've had a partner do that to me, and I panicked. Granted, I was young, and that person was not worth it. Honestly, it wasn't worth my tears. So if someone, and this is, I know this is very bad for me to say this, if a manipulative partner, if I got into a relationship with someone who was manipulative and they threaten to end themselves, I'm gonna tell them to do a flip. I know it's bad, but I'm going to tell them to do a flip because I'm so tired at this point. I really am. Anyway, mind you, this man's just trying to be an active father for his son. So he's trying to be there for his son. But if he really wanted to be there for his son, he at least could have made the previous relationship work to be completely active in his son's life, like be completely there. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm just tired of men creating broken homes. Honestly, I'm just tired of that shit. But anyway, okay. Another case of mental illness. Another case of mental illness. And guys will salivate over having a woman like this, not knowing that if they do one little thing to push that woman over the edge, they will be put in a shallow grave. But they don't believe that because they, according to patriarchy, and I've seen Foreign Fridays say this, according to patriarchy, men just don't view women as dangerous. That's the honest to God truth with patriarchy. With that patriarchal mindset, men do not view women as dangerous. They view women as victims. And the men themselves don't want to be a victim, especially by a woman. So a dude will see these texts and be like, man, I wish I had a girl like that. And when they do have a girl like that and do that one little thing to set her off, he's going to be on the 5 o'clock news. People are going to make missing posters of him. His mother will file a missing person report that will most likely be ignored by the police. It'd be the black men too that do this. It'd be the black men that will go for a racially ambiguous, non-black woman, especially the ones that are self-hating, and then they do her wrong one time, and she Lorena Bobbitt him. She either Lorena Bobbitt him, or like I said before, puts him in a shallow grave. And then he has no one to blame but himself, honestly. And the family will be like, oh, why could this happen? Why is the police not doing anything? Why is no one caring about my son? Meanwhile, he had made pretty anti-black and misogynoir comments online or in person or both. It can be both. It can very well be both. Because he's a self-aimed black man. Granted, I don't know if Russell is a self-aimed black man, but he did choose Huda because I'm pretty sure he has a preference of light, fairer skinned women. Ideally, not black women. So I'm not saying he's at fault. I'm just saying that he most likely did not see the signs, especially with her, from what people are saying, with her behavior on Love Island. He just didn't see the signs. He did not see the signs, and that's the thing. If a black woman did this, they would call her all types of crazy, all types of psycho, all types, anything but a child of God. But since it's a non-black woman, they're like, what can you do? Black men especially, what can you do? Especially for the black man that want a Latina girl because she's spicy. So you're okay with being beaten over the head with a frying pan by a Latina girl because you want that spicy Latina girl. Okay. Anyway, let's let her continue. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. He should not have gone back to that woman. Huda, I mean. I'm talking about Huda. He should have not gone back to her. That should have been the last straw. But like I said, and like Foreign said, with the whole concept of patriarchy, he doesn't view her as dangerous. He doesn't view her as dangerous. Meanwhile, I'm seeing red flags like it's Six Flags here. I'm seeing it. I hope she doesn't do anything to that baby or that other woman. I really hope. I really hope with this restraining order, it'll open her eyes, open Russell's eyes, because hmm, 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 hmm. I feel like a man needs to be stabbed by a woman to realize that she's dangerous. That's what I feel like. I feel like a man's got to be stabbed, shot, run over by a car. But even then, they probably just be like, "Oh, that's just how she is." And this isn't referring to non-black women. I hate it here. I hate it here, but we're only halfway through. Not even halfway. But no, I still hate it here. I still hate it here. Because tell me why this is a thing. Tell me why this is a thing. Tell me why this is a thing. Lotto has a little one on the way. The rapper announced Friday that she is pregnant and apparently to confirm 21 Savage as the father of her first child. 21 Savage is a married man. He already has children of his own with his wife. I know. Granted, I'm pretty sure it's out of survival for being a U.S. citizen, but with how this administration is trying to take away, birthright citizenship, and they're probably going to try and take away marriage citizenship. At this point, what is even the point? What is even the point of getting married? Especially if shit like this happens. Like, I'm going to come for 21 Savage first, and I'm going to come for Lotto. In an interview, he claimed that he was happily married. Got 3 kids, I want to say, with this woman. Said he's happily married. So why are you creating a broken family, sir? Why are you making this woman a baby mama? Like most rappers do. I'm just going to say it right now. Most rappers just have multiple children with multiple women and have no qualms, no urgency to be with just one woman. They really don't. And that's another thing with patriarchy. They just want as many women as possible, as many kids as possible, because in the eyes of patriarchy, that's an achievement. That's an achievement. Whereas a woman has multiple partners, that's a downgrade. That's punishable in the eyes of patriarchy. And speaking of multiple partners, Lotto. I'm feeling my blood pressure get up. I'm feeling my blood pressure get up with this. And I got one more thing to talk about before I can just go on a walk with my dog and forget all of this happened. In Lotto's music, she champions herself as damn near Virgin Mary because she says that she doesn't have many partners. Which is cool. It's also cool if you do have many partners. Because who am I to judge if you want to explore your sexuality with different people? As long as you're safe and using contraceptive and protection, that's fine. That's fine. We need to stop this stigma of multiple partners equaling to contracting STI. Because you can just be intimate with one person that has an STI and it'd be your first intimate interaction, period. And then you'd be infected with an STI from that one person. It's not a fact of you sleep with multiple people, boom, you have STI. No, it's just that one person that has the bacteria or virus. And then you have it. There needs to be so much less stigmatization and more into teaching sexual health and sexual wellness. Because if we had more teachings with sexual health and sexual wellness, this shit right here wouldn't happen. And the fact, it's just so fucked. It's sad that she was like, oh, wake up, my man. Go to bed, my man. Sleep, my man. Eat, my man. Shit, my man. My man, my man. This man is married. This is a married man you're talking about. What did Nene Leakes say? Close your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men. I don't even watch reality TV show, but I watch clips of her, and that resonates with me most. Also the one with the white refrigerator. Close your legs to married men. Like, This is male centricity at its finest. Like you're all for this man who is married. Now you're pregnant by this man who is married. And sure, polyamorous relationships exist. But polygamous relationships, I think that's legal in one state in the US. And it's not Georgia. Matter of fact, I need to check and see if Georgia is a alien affection law. Alienation of affection. I know North Carolina is. North Carolina is big on alienation of affection. All right, let me see. Let's go to a legal website. And they'll tell me where it is. That's the definition. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, fuck, it didn't load. Hold on. Let's be more specific. Where is... There you go. Let's go to another law firm. Okay, so it says North Carolina and Florida so far. Where else is it legal in? Is it just North Carolina and Florida? States like North Carolina and Florida. There's got to be more than just the two red states. One being more red than the other. Yes, North Carolina is a red state. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Okay, here we go. Right. In addition to North Carolina, there are still a handful of minority states that recognize alienation of affection lawsuits, including Hawaii, Illinois, Mississippi, New Mexico, South Dakota, and Utah. Now, not Georgia. Georgia is not part of the alien of affection states, as I'm going to call them. But no, if Georgia was an alienation of affection state, then this would not look good for Lotto. If she got a lawsuit for alienation of affection, that would be career damaging for her. This pregnancy is not career damaging for her. We've gone past that point of rappers becoming pregnant and starting a family and being career damaging. We've thankfully gone past that point. However, this is not the best way to go about it. This is not the best way to go about starting a family with a married man. And I see so many people give Cardi flack for being a baby mama. She was married to Offset when she had those kids. I'll give her that. She was married. Where are you going? Ow, my knee! Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You didn't know. You're just a dog. But you know, Cardi was married to Offset when she had Culture, when she had Wave, when she had Blossom. And legally speaking, she was married when she had Stephon Diggs' child. Legally speaking. So that didn't look good for her either. But that's the main difference between Lotto and Cardi B. Cardi B was married. And Lotto is having a baby with a married man. I know I sound like a broken record and probably someone's aunt or grandma, but I'm not so traditional to where you have to be married to have a child, but it looks better. It looks better that you're either single and living your life or single with just one person that just didn't work out. It does not look good when you're a single mom and the father of the child was married to another woman. It does not look good. It genuinely does not look good. So more power to her, I guess. I guess I'm just too woke to be happy that a child is going to be born on a planet that is dying, that is being killed by the rich elite. Maybe I'm just too woke. Maybe I'm just that woke friend that ruins everything for everybody. But I don't like that. I don't like that people are bringing in children to a planet. Let me get off this. I don't like that people are bringing in children when they can't even take care of themselves, first and foremost. We're not so sure on how the planet's going to look 10 years from now, let alone 5, especially what's going on with Iran and Israel and the US keeps striking at the oil refineries. And also this country is not safe for anybody, especially black women and children. It's not safe. Black women are 3 times more likely to die during childbirth. Black women are most medically discriminated against, whether they're slim or full figured, so on and so forth. And there was a case in Virginia. Of course, it's fucking Virginia. Why does it have to be my home fucking state? Why do these racist white people gotta live here? Why can't they live in Texas and just leave those black people in Virginia the fuck alone? There was a white nurse that broke the bones of 9 black babies. And she got away for so long until the hospital finally decided to put security cameras because they got so many reports from the parents. And these are working class people, mind you. They got so many reports from the parents about what's happening with their child. And when she was finally caught in 4K, they arrested her. And I'm going to make a video about that too. Because that shit does not sit well with me. It really doesn't. It does not sit well with me that in the 21st century, white nurses are able to basically almost take the lives of black children, black newborns, fresh out the womb. And they're part of the NICU unit. So they are extremely fragile. These are premature babies that are fighting to be able to live. And she's trying to end them. If I were the judge, I would have given that bitch life. For point blank period. I would have given her life. No parole. And put her in general population. That way she can be beaten every day. Just like she beat those children. And now here's something that will definitely piss me off, and I'm sure will piss everybody off. I did not want to talk about this at first. I did not want to talk about this. I don't like Krishan Rock. I don't like Blueface. I don't like anybody in their circle because they just perpetuate the negative black stereotypes. And white people eat it up. But this I cannot ignore. I just cannot ignore at all. So we're gonna go listen to the tape where she says this bullfuckery right here. Where's my mouse? There it is. It didn't show the full clip, but it showed enough to make me come to the conclusion that Krishan Rock, 1, is a terrible person, 2, is a terrible mother, and 3, is an absolute fucking dipshit. She's been going on the usual Christian grift that most influencers are going on, to where, oh, because of God, because of what God said, I'm trusting him more than I trust a doctor. You fucking moron. You fucking moron. I know someone's either one of her deranged fans from her fan base is going to clip this video and say, oh, she's talking bad about your son. She's talking bad about your son. No, I'm talking bad about you, you dumbass. I'm talking about you. Talking directly to you, Krishan. You have denied this child care. Point blank, period. You denied this child proper care. You denied this child to be able to develop properly from the get-go, from his conception. How, you may ask? Because you fucking drank and smoked while you were pregnant with him, you dumb bitch. You drank and you smoked while pregnant with him. You sat in a fucking hot tub while you were pregnant with him. All because you said you're going to abort him. Well, he's here now. He's about to be 3 in September. He cannot walk. He cannot speak. He cannot hold his head up properly. He probably can't see either, because it was rumored that you had fucking chlamydia when you gave birth to him. I know I said something about destigmatizing sexual transmitted infections, but when I hear stories about this, I lose that woke part of me and I become very angry. I lose the ability to reason and become very angry because this shit right here is not okay. And the fact that you, Krishan Rock, is just letting this child suffer. He's not being properly cared for. He hasn't even had solid foods yet. You keep giving him milk. He is about to be 3. He has teeth now. He needs to eat solid foods. Now, I'm not saying give this boy a T-bone steak. No. Give him some bananas. Give him some cooked chicken. Give him anything that's not milk. Anything. Give him some oatmeal, some grits, something. But you don't care. You don't care about being a parent. All you care about is getting attention from anybody, particularly men. And it's these male-centered bitches I can't stand. For real. It's these male-centered bitches I cannot stand. I used to be male-centered, and I'm so grateful I got out of that. Because men nowadays are not worth the effort. They're not worth it. Like, look at this coloring book right here. This coloring book of a person. And this is the man you want the most attention from. This right here is the man you want attention from. And mind you, his mother says that the child is not developing properly. But you won't listen to her. You won't listen to doctors. You won't listen to a woman that's had children before and knows what to look for when it comes to child development. You would rather listen to a deity. You'd rather listen to Sky Daddy than to listen to people who have certification behind this, that people have experience behind this. And the Blueface too. I'm going to get on his ass too. Because whether he's the father or not, it's rumored that he's not the father, but still. He could also contribute into helping this child's development. But no, he lets Krishan do whatever the fuck she wants. He even supplied her alcohol while she was pregnant. Both of these people need to be under the prison. Under the prison. And I'm going to say something that's very controversial and something that you may not agree with, but I don't care. It's people like this, people that neglect and abuse their child, need to be sterilized. they need to be sterilized, and they need to not be able to adopt any children. That's the best way to keep children safe. There's so many children that are in the adoption system. It's more or less a human trafficking ring at this point, but people don't want to talk about it. But so many children are in the adoption in these adoption facilities, and they're overcrowding, that they just give children out to anybody willy-nilly. And it's also because the staff there just don't care. Either they're overworked or they just don't care. Or it's a mix of both. So that's why we have so many cases of foster children being murdered by their foster parents, or children that die of neglect from their biological parents. And that's why I say people who do shit like that need to be sterilized. And men who harm children need to be castrated. And I'm not talking chemically. They have to be turned into a eunuch. They have to look in the mirror and see that they cannot harm anyone anymore. But Krishan Rock, you are a special breed of stupid. I hope you know that. I really hope you do. You probably don't. You probably don't care. Just like you don't care about your own fucking child. But you are a special brand of stupid. You are a special brand of ignorant. And using Christianity to just excuse your behavior is icing on the fucking cake. You think that because you walk with Christ, you're a better person now. No, you're still the stupid, ignorant woman you were then, as you are now. Anyway, this is why I say I'm not happy when I hear pregnancy announcements. I'm not happy. Because why the fuck are you bringing a child into this world when this earth might explode in the next 5 years? Why are you bringing a child in this earth when we have so many hurricanes that decimate many areas that don't usually get hurricanes? Look at what happened with Appalachia. Look at what happened there. They were not prepared for a hurricane to come, and it did. And they're still trying to build the pieces of what happened after the hurricane. Look at what happened with Puerto Rico and Hurricane Maria. There are still places in Puerto Rico that have no power. But y'all keep making macaroni noises and bringing in kids that did not ask to be here, mind you. They did not ask to be here. You're bringing in these children to a world that doesn't love them. You're bringing children to a world that sees them as target practice. You're bringing children into this world that sees them as food. Have we forgotten about the Epstein files? You're bringing children in that this world sees them as sustenance in more ways than one. There's sustenance for the elite. There's sustenance for the workforce. There's sustenance. They're not seen as human beings. And you're still bringing in children. That's why I hate channels like the Resilient Jenkins. That's why I hate channels like just parent channels in general. I hate it. I hate it. Stop showing your kids on this fucking internet. You don't know how many pedophiles are on this internet just salivating at the thought of getting their hands on your child. That's why I'm not a parent now. And I don't know if I ever will be. Because if someone dares to look at my child the wrong way, I am going away for life. I will be put away for life. No parole. Let me go walk my dog before I blow a fucking gasket. But no, Krishan Rock, you are not a good mother, and you never will be. That child is suffering because of you. And you have to live with that for the rest of your life and for the rest of his life, which I hope is long. Fucking dumbass.